Hey there, everybody. It's K Cherie here with you guys. I know you probably can't see me because it's a strong glare on here. But hey, how y'all doing? I haven't seen y'all in about a week. So here I am. Hello, hola, ¿cómo estás? All of that. Anyways, as I always say, if you are just now seeing seeing this video and you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel to keep up with the videos and the new things and everything in that nature. And then also you can go back and watch other videos, okay? Period. Anyways, so and if you haven't went and got my book, please go do so. Please go get the book, Saved by Grace, okay? This is my book that I published, self-published. It's a short read, okay? And this will really speak to your heart. It will really speak to your spirit, okay? Especially if you're going through things and you don't understand why you're going through it, or like you're going through rejection, lust, and all of that, and you're trying to figure out, like, you need some encouragement or whatever the case may be. Anyways, you should go get that book. It's on Amazon, okay? It's on Amazon. It's called Saved by Grace by Larakita Singletary. And it's on Amazon. And it's also on your Kindle. So you can't miss it. Anyways, I would love for y'all to support, and also go to the KayLoveCosmetics.com website, KayLoveCosmetics. If any of these YouTube videos like blessed you or touched you, and you feel free as if you want to write me or I don't know, speak to me, get some encouragement or whatever, you can always contact me at larakitasinglety@gmail.com. That's LARKITASINGLETARY@gmail.com. Okay, period. But anyways, so I'm here today because I want to talk about your timing and God's timing. There is a difference, and a lot of us don't know that there's a difference between our time and God's timing, right? So I talk a lot about faith on here. I talk a lot about holding on to God's promises, all right? Period. And this goes for people who are already firm believers, and this goes for people who are searching for God and they're still drinking milk, right? And they're still learning, and they're trying to understand why things are not happening for them at the moment that they want it to happen for them. Okay, listen, your timing and God's timing is totally different. Your timing is asking for something and wanting it to happen soon as you ask for it, right? God's timing is, look, and before I go into God's timing, with your timing, you don't know the outcome. You don't know how things are going to work out. I'm sorry, I'm seeing these little bugs. They creep me out. I don't even know where they come from. Anyways, you don't even know what the outcome is going to be, right? Like, you don't know if it's going to go good, if it's going to go bad, if it's going to be for your good, if it's going to be for your bad. You don't know how long it's going to last. You don't know any of that. You don't know what's behind the door that you're trying to open. You don't know. You're just moving on your time. And the issue is, when we move on our time, we tend to miss certain things. We tend to abort things before we abort things prematurely. We start to, things that wasn't ready to be birthed, we birthed it prematurely. And then it causes a problem in our life. And then we say, oh, God, like, why? Why is this happening to me? Do you know when you move outside the will of God that there is consequences? There's consequences. See, we move outside the will of God and then we think that there's no consequences. There is consequences outside the will of God. He gave us two paths to choose. You can either go to the left or you can even go to the right. You can either go to the narrow way or you can either go to the broad way. Okay? You can either follow the light or you can follow the dark. There's two paths that you choose. He gives you an option and he does not make you choose any path that you don't want to choose. So a lot of the times, what we go through, we put ourselves in that predicament. Then you may say, okay, well, how come God knows us? How come he knows us from the beginning of times and he knows what we're going to do, but we still make our own decision? Because even though he knows you from the beginning, he still knows that you're going to make that wrong decision. Look, he know you. So he know that you're going to go left. He know when you're going to go right. He can't force you to go left and he can't force you to go right. So even though he know, he's not sitting there saying, you better go this way, you better go that way, you better go this way, you better go. He's sitting there looking at you like, I put the direction right in front of them. And only if they just go left, I have so much in store for them. But because I know them, they're going to go right. And then they're going to go through all these things. But then I know that they're going to come back to me. He even knows when you're going to fall away. He knows when you're going to fall away from him. That's not news to him. That's not shocking to him. And he's sitting up there sad, probably crying, because he knew what you were going to do. And he gave you he gave you an option to follow him. So a lot of our situations that we're in is not because of God. We have to stop blaming God. Oh, well, I don't feel like he's hearing me. He's not hearing me. He hears you loud and clear. But because God's timing is different from our timing, he knows exactly when you need that thing. He knows exactly when it's time to birth that thing. That's like you going to the doctors, you find out that you're pregnant. You're pregnant, and then you go into labor 3 months before it was time for you to have your baby. You're going to have issues with the baby. The baby's going to have issues. They're going to have to stay in the hospital a little longer to get more attention. That's the same thing with God. You do something out of the will of him on your own timing, and now you're going to need him to give you a little bit more attention to steer you back into the direction that you were supposed to go. Now, if you have that baby at 9 months the way you should, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have any problems. That baby is not going to have any problems 9 times out of 10. Okay? And that's how it works with God. When you let him work on his timing and you're patient and you understand what he's trying to do, there is things that he could be saving you from. There is things that he's trying to get out of you, because he knows if you do that thing too soon, you're not going to know how to handle it. You're not going to know how to take care of it. You don't have the proper understanding, wisdom, and knowledge to do whatever it is that you're asking for. And he hears you. He just wants you to wait. And a lot of the times, the things that he has planned for us, we push back because of our decisions. We get that thing pushed back. It's not because he don't want you to have it. It's because of you solely relying on you. Your blessings that God has for you has something to do with you as well. What are you going to sacrifice? Are you going to continue to deliberately do that thing that you know you're not supposed to be doing? Are you going to take advantage of his grace? Are you going to take advantage of his mercy? But you're asking him to do something for you, but what are you going to do for him? And then he sends people like me your way to let you know, hey, there's some things that God still needs to work out in you. There's some things that God still needs to birth in you. There's still some things that God is trying to save you from. There's some people out there that wants to harm you, and he's trying to keep you from that. There's some things. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sacrifice when you have to wait on God for certain things and it seems like nothing is going the way you planned? First of all, you're going through a wilderness season. You're going through a wilderness season. In the Bible, when they went through the wilderness, they were supposed to be getting pruned from things before they entered Egypt. I'm sorry, not Egypt. Before they entered their promised land, they had to go through some things, prune some things out before they entered their promised land. The reason why they did not make it to their promised land is because they kept going in cycles. They kept going in cycles. They kept going in a circle in cycles, and nothing was changing. They were getting tired. Well, God, you said this was going to happen, and you said that was going to happen, and it didn't happen. So they weren't able to make it to their promised land. But God loved us so much that he sent his only son. He sent his son down to die on the cross for us because he knew us. He knew we would get impatient. He knew we wouldn't keep our faith as strong as it should be because we don't see that thing happening the way it should be happening or at the time that it should be happening. But when you release yourself to God and you go and follow him, releasing yourself to God is not saying, oh, why me? It's not, woe is me. It's not, oh, woe is me. It's not, well, let me just sit here and do nothing until God brings that thing to me. He says literally to go and follow him. There's plenty of places in the scriptures where he says to go and follow him. That's all he needed you to do. So your job is to go. All you gotta do is go. You just gotta go. And follow him. So if you're going and you're not following him, what do you expect to get from him? What do you expect to come? If you're not going and you're not following him. And a part of going and following him is knowing, the follow him part is knowing when that thing is ready and when it's not ready. So if I say, oh, God, I want $1 million today, and I keep praying on that thing, and he's not giving it to me, it's because it's not my timing to have millions. He has a plan for me. So I'm going to let that thing, okay, God, you said that I was going to have millions. I've asked for it, so I know that you're going to give it to me. I seeked, so I know that I'm going to find. I knocked, so I know them doors are opening for me. Now I'm going to go, and I'm going to wait on you. Okay? So we really have to stop blaming God. We have to stop giving up on our faith when things don't happen. Do you know the sooner you release yourself to God and the sooner you let Him do the things in your life, the sooner things will happen? Look at me. I gave up. I said, God, if you don't do this, it's not going to get done. God, I don't want to do this by myself anymore. I need you. Okay, you want me to go on YouTube? Here I come. You want me to open up that business? Here it is. You want me to do that retreat? Here it is. You want me to do this? I'm there. You want me to speak to that person? You want me to give to that person? Here it is. And the more you are obedient to God, the faster He releases those things to you. But remember this, like the songs say, one of the songs say that I listen to, how are you going to ever eat at God's table and what He has for you if you never make a move? That's another part to that. Not moving in your timing, not moving out of His will, but moving in His will, because He knows the plans that He has for you to prosper and live life abundantly. So if He tells you to do something, all you got to do is do it. That's all. How you going to get what He got planned for you if you're not even listening to Him when He tell you the plan? When He give you that plan, when He give you the idea, when He tell you to start the business, when He tell you to start the thing that He's telling you to start, and you don't ever do it. How do you expect to eat from His table? If you're constantly, woe is me, how do you expect to have that thing that you've been praying for? I love y'all so much. Okay? And remember, God's timing is not your timing. And the perfect thing about it is God's timing is perfect. See, the things that come from God, there's no harm in it. There's no harm in it. His promises last forever. So when you're feeling low and you're feeling down, you're feeling like God is not hearing you, remember He's hearing you. It's time to assess yourself and ask yourself, what is it that I'm doing wrong? What is it that I need to change? What is it that He's trying to show me that I need to do? Ask yourself. Ask God. It's that small, still voice that you hear. Okay? I love y'all with all my heart. And I want the best for y'all. I want the best for y'all. So, I'm out, y'all. I love y'all. Bye-bye.